everyone. I'm glad to have Ravi Bala back again to give us the part two of Vipassana. And maybe there is part three also. Let's see how that goes. So you all have, many of you have heard her for the first talk. And so Ravi Bala, go ahead.
So good evening to each one of you. Namaste. Definitely would like to thank Sriji for making this platform available for all of us who can brainstorm on various alternatives or various choices of leading a peaceful and calm life. To my opinion, all these are actually self-help techniques. As last time he had introduced me, I'm into NLP also for last 20 years, and side by side I'm doing Vipassana also, yoga also. So all these are complementing each other. uh, Today I'm going to make some bold statements also, because this opportunity I'm going to take to share. This is not a sermon, let me tell you first of all, um, how Vipassana can be useful in so many ways, how it has helped me, my experiences, what Buddha says, what Goenka ji has said, all those things we had seen last time. We are going to make this session slightly more interactive. So I would like to say that if many of you were there in the last session, what were the take home by you from Vipassana, or what did you think that it is giving, or it must have given many of you, those who are already practicing Vipassana? So what's your what did you take the message from my last speech also, and from Vipassana in general? So can few of you share with us that what was that? Yes, sure, please.
Uh,
Share with-
you might be seeing here Anil B. My name is Anil Bhatte. I did not attend or join your previous talk, but I listened to it. I watched it on YouTube.
Sure.
Now I found it. It was a very good introduction, and this is a considered comment because I learned Vipassana directly from Goenka Guruji
Okay.
in 1973.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been practicing Vipassana for last, now how many? For 47 years. So during these 47 years, Vipassana has given me everything that Goenka ji originally told us, that you will get this benefit, that benefit, this is what it will do for you, etc. All that was actually correct. At least in my life, it has all materialized.
Oh, nice.
However,
Mm-hmm.
I do feel that this should be spread. Many people should learn it. Unfortunately, I need to confess that I never did anything for that. I simply went on doing my own thing. So I'm kind of selfish in that respect. I
Okay.
just did my
Vipassana
own
helped
jnana
you.
sadhana.
That's what in brief, Vipassana helped you in many ways. Am I right? That's what you are saying?
Correct.
Very good.
Yes, and however, I found your talk a very good introduction, and I welcome such
Thank you
talks.
so much, Anilji.
Thank you.
Anybody else can say what did you get from Vipassana up till now? Or what was the recap? If you can take a recap, only I talking one way, I thought that somebody else also can join and add, that would be nice. I think all were new, or those who have not heard, or I don't know. That's going to be rather difficult. I thought that it should not be a very monotonous thing, so I thought of requesting you to join or add. Sriji, what do you think? I think you also have done Vipassana, am I right?
Yes, Vipassana, that I did it probably about 6 years ago, and it has calmed me down And overall, I was for a long time I was practicing it daily in the mornings. Nowadays, it's a little bit difficult, but overall, it's after I came back from Vipassana, my wife said, "You look different." And certainly, just staying in doing that meditation continuously for 9 days, it's amazing experience. And if you haven't done that so far, I would highly recommend that one of these days, maybe after COVID-19, try to do that.
Very good. Thank
And
you.
it's very close. The Delaware is not that far, and it's all free. And just see if you can, try it, and you'll benefit from it.
Very good. Thank you. Okay, so we'll take a quick recap. Vipassana is Vishesh Drushti. We Pasha Pashyasi. Mainly, Buddha has said that why Vipassana or this meditation is there. The main purpose is to purify our mind from the root level, from the basis of it. He also has compared it with different kinds of meditations like namasmaran, chanting, visualization. He says that all these are useful for concentrating and focusing. However, here, why Buddha is Tathagata, the Buddha, Gautam, the Buddha, because he researched and then he has come out with a different technique, and that is being with our body, which is constantly there with the shwas, that is the breath, and the sensations, both the things. Whatever happens outside, we immediately react inside, knowingly and unknowingly. So if we are vigilant about, alert about it, kshana pratikshan satarkata, that alertness, if we develop, we can adopt a lot of equanimity, the alertness, whether to respond or to react. Okay, so reaction, as we all know, that many a times we do blind reactions, and then responses are thoughtful reactions, or our making choices of behavior and also reacting towards whatever happens outside. So he says that as we progress, we do not lose the reference of our body. Another thing is when we are sitting for meditation, maybe half an hour, 1 hour, and as I had also introduced, what happens between the during the 10 days residential workshops, that I had briefed, how the adhishtan is created. Adhishtan is a centering of our mind and body, and mind and body are parts of the same system, that is Advaita. So when we sit at one posture without even moving a limb of ours, what happens is we start developing that equanimity again, because we don't do anything without our own mind's permission. So that adhishtan, which always helps in dealing with all kinds of incidences, adversities, the good and bad experiences of our life. So that adhishtan is extremely important, which we get through meditation. So even if we are sitting in meditation, those who have not done vipassanas, it doesn't matter. When on a daily basis, when we sit, we'll focus on sitting quietly in a right posture, where when we decide for an hour or half an hour, we are not going to change our posture. It helps our mind to become more stable. Um, the main thing when the vipassana starts, or when we sit for meditation, the anapan, that means watching our breath, is the basic tool what we need to use or start observing. So it's so wonderful that through the breath, and the breath is going to remain till the last moment of our own life. So through the breath, we are not doing anything extra. Like in pranayama, in yoga, we always do. Sriji guides us so well. So in pranayama, what we do is we work on our breath, we take special efforts for different benefits. But here in Vipassana, Yatha Bhuta means the way the breath is, we are just in the observance role. So, whether the breath is the speed of it, the texture, the vibrations, whether we are breathing through the left nostril or the right nostril or through both the nostrils, where the wind air is going in the whole nostril, the nasal path, all these things we start observing. So mainly, why we observe this? Because when we know our daily rhythm or the speed of our breath, when we are under the reactive mood or when we are under the uh, grapple of our emotions, our breathing pattern changes, and that helps us to monitor it, whether I want to be in control of myself or I have to let go my emotions out of my control. So that breathing, observing that breath helps us in n number of ways. So just now, as I said, for controlling our actions, controlling our emotions. Secondly, what happens is it trains our mind to, as I said, yatha bhuta means the way as it is. So when the through the after the breathing we start going in the 10 days, and whenever you are a regular Vipassana sadhak, you start observing the sensations also. So whenever we are observing, we are always in the third position, that is sakshi bhav. Then what happens is, as I had mentioned last time, so whenever we are under any particular, like anger hai, hatred hai, or even the fear is there, so to have a control, immediately if we switch on observing the breath, what happens is we are com- getting dissociated or detached from the whole, what do you say, the whole incidents what is happening in front of us. So that helps us that we are not into it. I am in a very objective, very non-judgmental position I take, and then I can deal that incidents with an equanimous mind. So that helps us, the watching our daily breath and the sensations, it helps us, it trains our mind not to get drawn into emotions or drawn into that incidents, but be balanced. So this way all these sensations and the breath helps us, it goes to the root of it. Also we start understanding when we are having anger in our mind, there is a burning sensation, even the breath becomes very hot. Or when we are in the fear, then our body trembles. So we do not want that, whenever we are in terrible emotions, the man becomes extremely weak. So we do not want it to happen anytime in our life. So if we start training our mind and body this way, this goes a long way. Then, uh, as I said, there are many methods that we use it, for focusing and controlling our mind. But um, Vipassana goes to the root of it, and it enables us to become totally non judgmental in life. It gives a different angle. One angle is when we are whatever is happening and we are looking at it, and one angle, Vishesh Drushti, to look inside what is happening inside me. So that is how Vipassana is different than any other meditation techniques. Another thing is when we are observing the breath, we realize that not every breath is same as the earlier breath. So that anityata, impermanence is there. So we are not talking only theoretically or in scriptures there, or Buddha is telling that is why we have to believe. we understand it on the experiential level, that anityata, that means impermanence, is constantly there. So what happens is, even in life, we start accepting, we start training our mind that this too shall pass. Like last time I had given you a story. So this too shall pass. Even the good days are not going to be there, even the bad days are not going to be there. So even the sensations are continuously changing as our breath is changing. So we experience the permanence through our breathing and through the sensations. Then another thing is, it gives us an awareness. So all the time when we are aware, uh, our decision power increases. We can be more balanced. We can give uh, our opinions very non-judgmentally. We are not criticizing somebody knowingly or unknowingly. All these things, that awareness is created, and you all know that awareness gives us so many benefits. We are going to see another small sketch I have drawn that has given me a lot in my life. Then uh, okay. What I would like to say that mm, today I'm going to give a few more points which I could not focus upon. One is, as I just mentioned, awareness. Another thing is anityata, that impermanence, and the third thing is, we are going to see that particular diagram which we have drawn. So I would like to share that diagram with you. Okay, I have just drawn 5 minutes back for you, for all of us. This particular, as the heart rate goes, we have seen the ups and downs of our life. I would like to ask you, what exactly can it also mean? What does it denote? What do you think? Any ideas what these ups and downs can be of? Can anybody share any guesses? Any?
Stock market.
Stock market, very good. Whatever we are, in which field we are, we definitely symbolize it that way. Very good, excellent. There is nothing wrong or right, good or bad in this world, but thank you so much. Anjali, okay, thank you. Anybody else?
Uh, our emotions and our well-being
Very
both
good. Yes.
are ups. Yeah.
True. I totally agree with you. I wanted to say that there can be n number of interpretations, but I was coming to this: the emotional upheavals, the ups and downs of our mind. And when we want to have a stable mind, I would like to give you three parameters for that, which Buddha has given in Vipassana, and I have further developed it due to my NLP techniques. So the intensity, duration, and frequency. So if we are alert enough to understand that what so intensely I can be in the negative emotion, or so hyper at the top, so that intensity enables us or makes us lose control of our mind and body. Then the duration. So how long you are usually, whenever we are upset. So how long, how many days, how many hours we are in that negative emotions. And the frequency during the day, how many times it happens. So I would like to draw once again. So I would like to say, 1 minute. So like this, if we have, so it's so difficult that we can't have any control, and then we become a really unpredictable person in life. People do not know how we react. So instead of that, what I thought of is, if we draw a line, sorry, sorry, if, as I have drawn a line, if we draw a line in between, this denotes in Marathi, I'll say, or even in Hindi, it is very easy to say. Instead of stable mind, I would very aptly put in Marathi words, and that is chitta sthira and mana shanta. If this line, if we continuously are aware that for the balanced mind, if we keep this in mind, you all know what can be the benefits of being in this state. Now, I would like to say that after so many years of practice, now what happens is with me is I go only here, like this. So as close as to this particular line, or even if I go here or here, how soon I can come here. So what happens is one doesn't have to take extra efforts to come from here to here. If you are here, you can come to this stability of our mind and body. And I would like to ask you a few questions. That what are the benefits of being in this on this line? Can somebody tell me? This chitta sthira mana shanta, what are the benefits of being on this line? Can you please share?
You're predictable.
Very
People
good.
can, yeah, they
Yes.
will know what you're going to react.
Kya baat hai? Very good. So a few more answers, please.
Decision making with
Very
stable
good.
mind.
Decision making is very good. Yes. Something else also?
You will always be calm.
You are calm. Kya baat hai? Or
And your response to others, like your reactions, this may help you have a better response.
yeah. So instead of reactions, we learn to give responses. Am I right? That's what you mean?
It
Yeah.
it will not mess with your biological systems also.
Very good. Because as last time I had shared that with the negativities and the impurities of a life, of our emotions and the, what do you say, the imbalances, there is chemical reactions or the toxins start flowing. So, as you rightly said, there are no chemical interventions created by our own self. Very good. Anybody else?
I have one question.
Yes.
This is Shri.
Yes.
So I'm assuming that the higher parts are the positive parts and the lower parts are the negative parts. So do you want to be at the center or do you want to go higher, one line at a higher level?
Okay. Uh, Being into the negative state, it also helps us in many ways. Like fear, we become very, very alert. We are not taking undue risk. That is one. Secondly, anger. Anaga, I have learned from Anaga, thanks to Anaga, if she's there today, that anger is a beautiful emotion, because it helps us to come out of or deal with the injustices of life, because otherwise we wouldn't be out of freedom. We wouldn't have got the freedom from British people. So like that, अत्याचार के against लड़ने के लिए anger आवश्यक होता है. It also gives us a lot of force. So negative emotions also have many benefits. However, the intensity, the duration, and the frequency definitely doesn't help us. This particular positive emotion, if we are into the hyper state, then again that is not right, because many a times not right decisions are taken. When we are too happy, or when we are in the what do you say, like I always give an example, when the boss is in a real good mood, so people talk in the department, अरे आज बहुत अच्छे mood में, आज अपनी leave sanction करके लो. So the boss may not be in the right decisive state of mind, if he's too happy. So to have a balanced stability and mind and body, this line helps us. So did I answer your question, Shrikandi?
Uh, yeah, okay.
Too much of anything is not right. We also must know the importance of both the things, but being on this line as far as possible, it helps us to remain balanced throughout the life. Okay, it doesn't mean that we shouldn't be joyful, joyous, or we shouldn't be enjoying life. However, we can constantly, what Vipassana has mainly given me, and that is, I'm stopping the stop sharing the screen. Okay. What Vipassana has mainly given me is to be in the dissociated position, Too much of dissociated position is also not right. That is a part of NLP. But to be in the Sakshi Bhav, it helps us to become objective in the life all through. So this is what I wanted to give a message through this particular diagram. Okay. Another thing which I couldn't give last time, and that is one second. Okay. One important thing is acceptance. Whenever we are facing any adversities or calamities in life, it's extremely difficult for us to accept the situation. So, when we are accepting or when we are observing the breath and the sensation, we are accepting yatha bhuta as it is. So we are not being judgmental, as I said, and that is the another way of training our mind of acceptance. Especially, I would like to say that, as I mentioned in the initial state, that why all these self-help techniques, Vipassana is one of the self-help techniques as I take it, uh, for two things. One is to have a better quality life all through, um, have better emotions, which are going to make us energetic, more joyful, more enthusiastic. And another thing is to deal more strongly with the adversities and calamities of our life. Now, many of us, or rather, everybody has their share of calamities and adversities of life. Each time we feel that, oh my God, it's so difficult, I just can't take it anymore. In such case, um, what Vipassana gave me was extreme acceptance. As I'm a student, MA with Marathi, I've studied Santa Sahitya also, or Gita also. It has become a part of our life. We are so fortunate, we Indians, Upanishads, Ved, as long as possible, as much as possible, we are learning that, and we have that base of our living the life on a daily basis. However, that acceptance becomes very, very difficult when we are facing the challenging situation. So, when I went through my part of difficulties, it was extremely difficult that how to accept this calamity. But Vipassana told me again, as I said, to be away from that whole incidents, objectively look at the incidents, and then take right decisions at the right time. Now it is 8:30. We are going to see do one meditation which Goenka Guruji has said, and also at the end we are going to have that last time with beautiful prayer which we said, Sabaka Mangal, and then if any question answers. Now in between, now next 5 minutes, I'm going to talk about what I found the limitations of Vipassana. I'm being very bold, okay? Each, as I said, each technique has their own limitations and also benefits also. At the outset, I would like to say that with pure modesty, I mean, total modesty, my tapashcharya may not have been enough. I may not have understood Vipassana all that as much as the enlightened people have got. However, what I feel is Gita, then Vipassana, all meditative or Santa Sahitya. For me, I felt that they have asked us or made our minds become more virakta. Virakta means detached, or accept the things as they are. Sometimes it tells us to become fatalist also. Many a times it tells us to have total surrender towards the situation, towards the Almighty. All these things are really adorable, no doubt about it. However, in my own opinion, in my own experience, what I realized is it has not given me enough of motivation, more creativity, more inspiration, more bounce back capacity to lead and come out of it, as the three parameters which we just saw: the duration, to lessen the duration, to heal within, faster way of healing within. It didn't give me. Honestly, I'm saying that I may have uh, had less penance in Vipassana or in meditation also. Those who have got extremely good, I mean, all hats off to them that they have got all the answers from that. That's how I took asylum to NLP, the REBT, the transactional analysis, and I thought that they are complementing each other. Um, how in a jiffy one can change the mental states or emotional states that I got from NLP. Another excellent exercise which I got was how to get rid of your past baggages. That NLP gives a lot. So it is a different subject altogether. But however, I feel that acceptance, equanimity, then being awareness, the alertness, all these things which I tremendously got from Vipassana. However, I feel that this is I couldn't get in whenever I needed it, to lead a very, very enthusiastic, energetic life, more inspiration, having a goal towards life, what goal setting, all these things. So I shouldn't be only talking, all the good things as it is. I'm taking the liberty of sharing my own experiences. I'm talking on both the sides. So, if anybody wants to share or add anything, most welcome. Or we'll do the great Vipassana Anapan with the voice of Guruji. So, we have 2 minutes if anybody would like to share or say anything on whatever I have said up till now. Thank you so much.
What do you talk about NLP? What is NLP?
Okay, NLP is neuro linguistic programming. It is a behavioral science. So, if I get a chance, I will definitely share my knowledge on NLP also.
Or
I want to live life, honestly speaking. That also up to that level one goes, when there is extreme calamity. So for that matter to bounce back, that's what I was meaning. But I didn't want to debate on that, because honestly, words are words. We give meaning to them. But because in my map, whatever I am saying, I may not have conveyed it rightly, because due to the restriction of the time. But bounce back is to have enough motivation to come out from that, whatever that low line which I had drawn, the lower line, the lower point, and from there to bounce back and to come even to that middle line is very difficult. Those who can constantly be on that line, yes, I mean, with lot of practice, one one should develop that thing. But at times when there are extreme adversities, it's very difficult, constantly. Now I have, over time, I have developed that habit of just being there, just closer to that line. But at one time it was extremely difficult. But there I could not, I took asylum, as I said, to different complementary sciences, and which gave me a lot. And now I am on that line constantly. So this is what I meant. Okay. Thank you. Now, I hope you got something from the session and your time was used well. We'll use the next 10 minutes for Vipassana meditation, and the end will be the prayer. So can I request Sriji for starting Goenka Guruji's version of Anapan?
Now let us practice Anapana for about 10 minutes. Practice Anapana. Sit comfortably, in any posture that suits you. Keep your back and your neck straight. Keep your eyes gently closed. Those who wear spectacles should take off their spectacles during meditation period. Keep your mouth gently closed and focus your entire attention on the area at the entrance of the nostrils. The area at the entrance of the nostrils. And remain aware of every breath coming in, every breath going out. Natural breath, normal breath, as it is, as it is. If it is long, it is long. If it is short, it is short. Passing through left nostril. Passing through right nostril. Or through both the nostrils. Just remain aware, do nothing. Just remain aware. Alert, attentive, vigilant. Remain alert, attentive, vigilant. Constantly aware of the breath, the incoming breath, the outgoing breath, incoming breath, outgoing breath. Keep your attention steadfastly fixed on this area, the entrance of the nostrils. Like a gatekeeper, like a watchman, aware of every breath entering the nostrils, aware of every breath moving out of the nostrils. Alert, attentive, vigilant. Incoming breath, outgoing breath, natural breath, pure breath, nothing but breath. Kavatu sab mangalam, Kavatu sab mangalam, Bhavatu sab mangalam. Good, good. Be happy, be happy, be happy.
उनका मंगल होए रे। जिस गुरुदेव ने धर्म दिया है उनका मंगल होए रे। जिस जननी ने जन्म दिया है उसका मंगल होए रे। पाला पोसा और बढ़ाया उस पिता का मंगल होए रे। इस जगत के सब दुखियारे प्राणी का मंगल होए रे। जल में स्थल में और गगन में सबका मंगल होए रे। अंतर मन की गांठें टूटे अंतर निर्मल होए रे। राग द्वेष और मोह मिट जाए शील समाधि होए रे। शुद्ध धर्म धरती पर जागे पाप पराजित होए रे। इस धरती के तरतिन में कण कण में धर्म समोए रे। शुद्ध धर्म जन जन में जागे घर घर शांति समोए रे। तेरा मंगल मेरा मंगल सबका मंगल होए रे।
So nice. Thank you. Thank you for the assistance, Sriji, and Mr.
Ayo.
Krishnan also, and everybody who attended. It was my pleasure sharing my thoughts and knowledge, whatever I could acquire for all these years. Thank you so much.